Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Boone on the Boone Show. How are you doing today? It is 4:28 p.m. Central Time. The Super Bowl is tonight. I'm not watching it. Fuck the Patriots and fuck the Eagles. No one gives a damn shit. I hate both teams. I guess I can't say I hate the Eagles and I hate the Eagles fans. I don't hate the Eagles as a team. I hate the Eagles fans. I hope they get shit on. I hope Tom Brady whips his dick out and sticks it deep into Foles' asshole and widens it to the point where he's going to need to... Widens it to the point where he's going to need to get a shit bag hanging out from his ass the rest of his life because shit's just going to slide out. That's how I feel about the situation. No big deal. Just makes sense that way, you know. But, yeah, Minneapolis is probably pretty busy. I know that my grandmother and my aunt owns a shop down in the cities down in Minneapolis, and they pay a lot of money for the parking spot that they have. They have a reserved spot right next to the door because my grandmother is in her 80s, and when she goes down there to work, she doesn't like to have to walk very far, so they have a spot that they pay a lot of money for, and I'm told they pay like $600 to $700 a month for that spot. And because of the Super Bowl, they have been removed. They got kicked out of their spot for the week. So that's how Minneapolis is treating people that pay that kind of money for their spots, just so they can make a little bit of extra money on one extra spot. I was going to school at IPR down there, and I can only imagine that's probably what's happening there too. They probably would have made me park far away and take a bus in, which is ridiculous. I have no idea how anybody is getting to their classes on time or anything like that. And even my fiance's mother, she's handling, helping out with the events down at some hotel she works at, and they had some sort of owners meeting or something the other night where some NFL owners came together and some players. I think Peyton Manning showed up or something like that is what I heard. And she had to have her son drop her off because the hotel said that their employees aren't allowed to park there because they need it for Super Bowl parking. In some of those parking spots, they're paying $180 to park there. I bet the people of Minneapolis can't wait for the fucking game to end. I can't wait for it to end either. I just want September to come back around so we can start over again. I also heard that the fucking Vikings are trying to a lot of Vikings fans are trying to pick up Kirk Cousins. And I'll tell you why that's a bad idea right now. Kirk Cousins is like Jay Cutler. If you remember Jay Cutler at all, I think he played last year for the Bears. He played this year for the Dolphins. I don't think that went very well. But he played for the Bears for a long time. The Bears never made it very far with him. And the problem with him is that I don't know if it was because he was lazy or what, but he could be good at times. Like, there are some times when Jay Cutler would throw a pass downfield and it would be deadly accurate and it would be just bombed and they would make a big play. And there's other games where he'd get like 3 interceptions and nothing would come out of it. I don't know if it was just really inconsistent or if he was just lazy or what, but that's the way Kirk Cousins is. And I know he has 4,000-yard seasons, but when's the last time the Redskins made it into the playoffs? And when's the last... I don't even know if they've gone with Kirk Cousins. I don't pay attention to him that much. But I know one of my friends, Semi, I don't know, he might be listening, he likes Kirk Cousins. Or sorry, not Kirk Cousins, he likes the Redskins. And he's happy that they're probably going to be getting Alex Smith. And I can't blame him. I just think the Vikings have good enough quarterbacks. We have Sam Bradford. I mean, his knees are dead, so he might be gone. We have Case Keenum, and we have Teddy Bridgewater. My personal opinion is that we should just put Teddy out there starting next year and see how he does, because Teddy Bridgewater helped lead us to a playoff game when our team wasn't that great, to say the least. We didn't have a solid defense, nor do we have a solid offensive line. He got hit like crazy that year, and he still led us to a playoff game, which we lost, but we still went and played in a playoff game. And then Keenum, I think he's a one-hit wonder, man. I think he had his season, and I don't think he's going to perform like that again. I just think he's going to lose his momentum over the course of the off season, and he's never going to find it again. I don't know. Case Keenum did a good job this season, but I just for some reason do not see him taking us very far. And I had said from the beginning that it's not, Case Keenum isn't going to lead us to a Super Bowl, and he surprised me very pleasantly. But at the end of the day, we didn't end up going to the Super Bowl, and I'm not saying it's all his fault, so don't misconstrue that situation. What I said was that it wasn't all his fault, but he didn't lead us to a Super Bowl, and that's what I said was going to happen. Anyway, whatever. Football season's over. Time to move on, deal with other issues, because it's not important anymore. Not till September, anyway. I know. I'm a little pissed off right now. A little heated. I kind of want to come on here and just blow off some steam. You know what the fuck else to do. Like I said, I'm just a little heated. I don't really want to talk about the details that they matter. But yeah. Anyway, I was looking at this. Look at here. Let me see if I can post it. Oh damn! I can't post pictures. All right, so if you're listening to this, go on the Facebook, type up Lands of Arathon, and check out the new logo that we have. I paid somebody to make it for us. Our server will be called Lands of Arathon, and it's going to be an MMO game. It's going to be on Minecraft, but we're handcrafting an MMO experience on Minecraft, and we're going to launch. We're working on it still, and we're putting a goal to launch on March 2nd. So that have been about two months, or a little over 2 months of work on the server. The main city, Arathon City, was already built previously. We built that like 2 years ago. We just saved the map because it was such a beautiful city. I had the vision for the city. I don't even remember exactly what it was. I just had this vision and I drew it out. And it turned out to be this magnificent city, and we went and built the damn thing. And it's a beautiful city. You'll love it. But anyway, it's just going to be pretty sweet. Like I said, March 2nd, we're hoping to launch it, and I probably end up launching it a little bit later in the afternoon, maybe like 3 or 4 o'clock. That way, everybody has a chance to play it, because I know a lot of people play Minecraft a little bit younger, so maybe everyone will be out of school for the weekend, and then they have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get acquainted to the server. We're also going to be advertising it like crazy, so we're expecting a high number. We're going to have, what was it? I think we're going to have a slot limit of 300 people, because we're literally expecting that much traffic. We're going to have, just based on the amount of money that one of our teammates are spending on advertising, we're expecting to have an immense amount of players. So we're going to have a max limit of 300 just to see how the server can handle it. And who knows, we might not even get 40. But we're basing it based off of how many houses we have in the server. Just in Arathon alone, the main city, there is 145 houses. And then there's 3 towns other than that. I'll just kind of go through the names. We got Arathon City's got 145 houses. Calderon, which is the second biggest city, which is kind of like, it's not too far from Arathon, but it's for the lower class citizens. And that has at least 20 houses. And then down the river, across the map, we have Bileshire. And that's a small little settlement, maybe like 6 houses. And then you go over an ocean, and we have Rodon, which is another smaller city, and that one's a little bit bigger than Bileshire. Then we have the Goblin City, Mount Millilith. You won't be able to live in that city. The players won't, because the goblins are villains, and we're fighting the goblins. The goblins hate us in the server, so you won't be able to live there. You can go there and fight the goblins, but you'll probably end up dying, because it's a breeding ground for the goblins, basically. So And then on the opposite side of the map from that, there's the Witch Queen's castle, which there's a rich backstory on the Witch Queen. Her name was Queen Alwyn Caldarian. And then there's a lot of backstory. There's a lot of lore on this river. It's going to be beautiful when it's done. One second. It's going to be beautiful when it's done. We have, like I said, we have lore like crazy. I guess I can kind of give you a backstory to the Witch Queen here quick since I've got some time. So basically, Queen Alwyn Caldarian she was a grand queen. She worshipped the gods. She was close to the gods and at heart. But a great evil cursed her heart. The evil Lord Harka, who was the ruler of the Nether, cursed her heart to try to release him from the Nether. So, she then raised her own army to take down the Earthon Empire and try to help Lord Harka get an exit from the Nether. So she had her own following of cultists who she had trying to figure out how to open portals, trying to figure out how to get to him, how to, she became deep into witchcraft. She became a tyrant. People started calling her the Witch Queen rather than Queen Alwyn or Queen Caldarian. She then led an attack on Erathon City. There was a great battle that took place not too far from the city. And during that battle, when things looked very miserable for the humans and the Erathon the Imperial Army, one hero, General Alkirian, took up his sword against the Witch Queen. And as he did so, she cast a spell on him. And as he fell forward, he struck his sword into her body, killing her. But because of how powerful she was, not only did she cast a spell on him, but her power drained through the sword, which caused him great damage. He was fatally wounded. He was brought back to Erathon City, where he was taken to the temple, where everyone laid him down and prayed. He died in the temple, and days later, he appeared again. He appeared to the people, not as a man, but as a god. Because of his great acts as a human being, the gods granted him godship, and he is now the god of war. And there's many divines in Erathon, in the lands of Erathon. I think you all enjoy it quite a bit. That's a little bit of a backstory, but there's more to it. There's a lot of backstory to everything. There was a joke, the way Julian explained it, every blade of grass has a backstory. So, like the goblins right now, led by the same thing. Mount Millelith is a giant volcano, and when it blows, Lord Harka will have been released, and the goblins will march on Erathon City again. Well, not again, but the Witch Queen did it the first time. But, anyway, I'm out of time pretty much. I got 30 seconds left. So, it was great talking. Again, I mean, it's been 3 days in a row, so we give a round of applause to that, I guess. Anyway, it was wonderful having a good conversation with you guys, and I will talk to you. Not tomorrow, maybe, I guess, but maybe Wednesday. So, you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Maybe watch the Super Bowl, maybe not. maybe for the commercials. But we'll talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day.